The Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 situation is crazy. Let's talk about it. So guys, I'm sure you've seen a lot of reactions among fans, the community, or even maybe casual people who aren't really super in tune with the Xenoverse series. They don't really know exactly what it's about, but they know that one of the main selling points, one of the big things about this game and this series is creating your own character, your own avatar, putting yourself or your OC into the game and going through the Dragon Ball universe, right? So there's been a lot of talk, okay, and it's still ongoing. That's why I'm making this video. The fact that some people think that there will not be character creation, okay, and custom avatars, right? Now, the reason why people think this is because in the trailer, it shows mainly Brett and John 1000, and that's really it. We did get the confirmation of Jane 1000 as well, okay? So we have the male and the female characters, the protagonists, the main characters, right? And then, of course, you have Brett, who it's like kind of unsure exactly like if he's like a custom character, and I mean, I wouldn't say he is. These are all, in a sense, original characters by Akira Toriyama, right? So, first and foremost, I want to say this. Let's wait for more information. Over anything. Before we start jumping the gun and saying, oh my god, this game's going to be garbage because they're not including character creation. I think that's honestly, like I said, the title of this video, bro, like, it's crazy. This Xenoverse 3 situation is honestly insane to me because that is not even the first thing I thought of when I saw this entire trailer. Like, I didn't even think, oh, wow, they're not going to include character customization. That just goes to show how cautious people are these days. And that's a good thing in terms of, you know, trying to make sure that you're not going to just throw money at the screen on a product that hasn't had enough information, right? So I agree with that aspect, okay? Don't just go and, you know, pre-order the game or start, you know, gassing up like it's going to be the second coming of Christ or whatever. Like, don't take that too seriously. But what I'm saying is that we are excited for this game, okay? Mainly the people who have been playing this game since the very first, you know, game release, like, you know, back in 2015 for Xenoverse 1, right? Xenoverse veterans, people who've been here since day one, they know what this game is, right? You're gonna slap on the title and make it a direct sequel, like purely like, this is Xenoverse 3. Whatever happens at the end of Xenoverse 2, we are going to Xenoverse 3, right? This is the next game. It's gonna be the better game, right? It should be. So we have the expectation that everything is going to be included that we are, you know, needing for this game, right? Creating your own character, avatars, etc., right? So Bandai had to actually pin a comment on, I don't know if it was their YouTube channel or wherever it was. Maybe it was on the Xenoverse 3 video, right? Okay, this is Bandai Namco America. They confirm right here. And yes, there is character customization. Now, here's why, and this is, I saw it in my comment section, okay? Again, this is not even something that I immediately thought of. When I hear character customization, I think create your character and edit their shit, all the stuff about them, right? But people had to point this out. They said, oh, they specify it's character customization and not character creation. And I was like, oh my god, dog. Literally the meme. Oh my god. Like, you have to give them a little bit of credit. A little bit of credit. I know Bandai is notorious for fucking shit up, and I'm sure they're gonna fuck some shit up. I can guarantee they will fuck some shit up on this game. Something, right? Something. But it really just all depends on, like, what exactly is gonna be fucked up, right? If they, like, let's just say, for example, they do not include custom avatars and the other races. They don't include what they've had in the first 2 games for the past 11 years. You know what I mean? They decide, you know what? Away with that shit. We don't need that. That's not something that people care about. There would be outrage out the ass. Like, literally, people would just completely diarrhea dookie all over Bandai, including me. I would be there day -15 to shit all over them, right? for that decision. That would be the biggest, most egregious bullshit fumble I have ever seen in my entire life. I would go as far as to tell them, cancel this fucking game until you guys figure out what you need to do for it. Once you figure it out and you know, then we can talk about, you know, pre-orders and releasing the game. Don't even come near the game, you know, until you figure out what you fucked up, right? So I'm gonna make that perfectly clear right now. If the smallest percentage, and I will say there is always going to be a small percentage that they could do some bullshit like this, okay? It's not just Bandai, right? It's just modern gaming and modern shit, right? For whatever reason, these big companies, they think taking out, like, and changing the formula is a good idea when it never is, right? Like, look at Pokemon, for example, okay? The Pokemon series, and I'm only using that because I'm sure there are many of other series out there that fuck shit up, right? But Pokemon is a good example of how they've constantly been, like, changing up the formula, taking things out, adding things in that nobody asked for, you know? And, like, there's a lot with these main series games that have definitely, in my opinion, have been a disappointment, right? Like, I'll still enjoy the games and I'll still play them, right? For the most part. But at the same time, I can tell you, like, back in, I would say after Gen 5, and I know I'm going off topic here, but I'm just using this as an example. After Gen 5, I started to really feel like it was kind of going in a weird direction, right? Things were starting to get a little bit weird, and I wasn't super on board with it. And I definitely still have fun with the games, but not as much as, like, if I go back to anything Gen 5 and before that, I'm having a fucking blast, man. Now, keep in mind, there have been good changes, right? So it's like, they'll add in some things that are good, but they'll take out some really major good things about the game, or they're, like, changed up the formula, right? So if they decide for whatever reason they want to change up the formula of something as vital to the series as creating your own character, man, I fucking dare them to do that shit, bro. Like, I fucking dare you, Bandai. Try this shit. Miss me with that shit. Whoever is in charge here would get fucking destroyed. Like, it would just be over for them, right? Like, that's when you can get some boycott shit going for this. Like, because it's ridiculous, man. It would be the most absurd thing in history, right? You know, the Dragon Ball Xenoverse series is all about changing, you know, the timelines and stuff. Like, we would literally go as far as to change the fucking timeline, right? And that's not the first time that fans have done that, and it worked, right? It worked with was it the dual screen versus mode, split screen? That's what it was called. I almost forgot. Split screen versus mode in Sparking Zero. They initially didn't want to include that. I don't want to say they didn't want to, but I think it was something that they genuinely, like, didn't really think about. I know that's crazy to say, but they were really focused on other things, and with, like, you know, modern gaming, most people were playing online and stuff, right? So they were kind of just like, you know, we don't need to put that in. And, you know, there were performance things and, you know, stuff that happened with it as well. So enough outcry, and people, you know, they put it in. So if for whatever reason they take this out, yeah, I don't care if I have to wait 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, another 10 fucking years. They better get this right, okay? So that's all. I want to make that perfectly clear, right? So I personally do not believe that they are that fucking stupid, okay? Because they would be fucking just like negative 15 IQ move with that shit, right? So we're not doing that, okay? That I will say right now, we are not doing that shit. I am confident that this game is going to be exactly what we expect it to be, and that is a sequel to Xenoverse 2. You know what I mean? I'm sure there are going to be changes to the game. Absolutely. You know, gameplay is going to definitely be different and everything. But, we want it to just still be and feel like Xenoverse, right? But better. Everything that we've asked for in Xenoverse 2 to improve and expand on, just do that. It's such a simple fucking task. You have one job, Bandai, you know, and Dimps, you can do it. It's very easy. It's the easiest thing. It's the easiest slam dunk. You know that meme where the guy's throwing the fucking basketball to the moon, like from the moon or whatever to Earth? Like, that shit, it's the opposite of that. You literally have the fucking hoop right in front of your face, and all you have to do is just pick up the ball and put it in. Like, that's all you have to do, Bandai. So, again, to go over I don't want to say evidence, but, you know, my argument here for why, you know, some people can be like, oh, you know, there's not going to be customization. It's the first trailer, right? That's the thing. It's the announcement trailer. This is the very first initial trailer for the game titled Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. They are just announcing it. We have seen in total probably like 10, 15 seconds of actual in-game engine shit. You know what I mean? The whole trailer was an animation. It was just an anime episode, basically. A little mini anime clip, right? You know, kind of just giving you an initial feel of the game. That could be the intro of the game. It's just a simple little thing to be like, hey guys, Xenoverse 3 is coming. That's all you need to know, right? Everything else, there's so much unknown about this game. So one of the very first like Xenoverse shots that kind of went out were concept arts of official Avatar characters, right? I don't know if they called them Avatar characters at that time. They just called them, like, I guess, original characters or whatever. So we had like a male saying, a girl, female saying, and then another male saying, which is our, you know, John 1000. Okay, John 1000 is the replacement for the guy with the red hair and the scouter and the trunks jacket and, you know, the fucking the cape and stuff, the aura farming Piccolo style, right? So this guy right here, okay, with the red hair, is basically, he was the John 1000 of Xenoverse 1, okay? Moving on here, we had more V-jump shots and everything, just kind of giving you a simple, basic overview of these, you know, characters, right? These are all just very early things before the game launch, okay? This is all from like June to like September of 2014, when the game launches in like, what was it, February 2015? So this is all just initial stuff, okay? And that's to be expected. Now, I got the Xenoverse 1 trailer. I'm not going to watch the whole thing because, unfortunately, I think there is some copyrighted shit. So you can just see it from the preview, okay? This is the announcement trailer, okay? Just like what we have right now from the Battle Hour event, we have a Xenoverse 3 announcement trailer for Xenoverse 1 and 2. They both had announcement trailers. You know, you have to do that. So it goes Bandai Namco Presents. It just says Dragon Ball New Project. We have Goku and Vegeta clashing. We have Goku and Frieza. We have, you know, Goku and Cell. Boo, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It's just Dragon Ball shit, right? And then at the very end, Time Patroller Man comes through. He flies in, and you're just like, who the fuck is this character? Just like we were, you know, like with the Xenoverse 3 trailer when they call it Project Age 1000. You have this new guy by Akira Toriyama and stuff, right? So that's the same situation, okay? This is, again, the first major trailer. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, let's go over this one. You go through the trailer, okay? Oh, well, look at that. They show a city with a bunch of original characters. Sounds very familiar. You have the main CAC. Okay, it's a Saiyan, just like we have with Xenoverse 3's trailer. Okay, it's the same exact thing. It's just that they didn't animate it. This is just all from the game, okay? That's the only difference, right? So once we actually get like in-game footage and we're seeing background characters and things, which we did get in the little, you know, 2D traditional anime style animation, right? This is, you know, when we can actually get a feel for the game and understand, okay? If by the maybe second, third, maybe even the fourth trailer, if they are not showing other characters that are avatars and they're not confirming any of that, then I think that we can start to be like, okay, what are they doing? Like, what's going on here? Why are they trying to, you know, hide this, right? And that's when we can really be skeptical. But I think for the very first trailer, okay, and that's fine if you want to be skeptical about it, cautious about it, you know, that I understand, okay? And again, the whole trailer, it doesn't show like anything in terms of like actual like gameplay. I mean, I guess you could consider this gameplay, kinda, not really, but you know, there's nothing in here that indicates like character avatar, like you're making your character, right? And again, you can make the argument like, oh, because there are characters in the background. But again, Xenoverse 3's trailer has a bunch of background characters and, you know, original characters. That's kind of like what's going on here. But I understand it's a little bit different for Xenoverse 2. It was so close to the release. They're saying, oh, it's a new journey. It's a new adventure or whatever, a new experience, right? For Xenoverse 3. Again, they say it here on Steam's page, right? They say packed with intense battles and extensive character customization options, okay? I think the keyword extensive should, you know, give you a little bit of something, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know, moving on here. This is my last, like, little argument. It's not really an argument. I'm not trying to argue or, like, you know, like, again, you can feel the way you want to feel. I just want to make it clear for my viewers, my people, my community, that we should be excited. We should be excited. We've waited 10 years for this, right? We should have a good, solid, reasonable expectation for this game, and that expectation is there is avatars, there's character customization, right? And character creation, right? So Xenoverse 3's page, this is not just on SteamDB, but also on Steam. They literally have the tag character customization, okay? Again, I know it doesn't say creation, it says customization, but that's just not a tag. Okay, I looked through, I don't think there's a character creation or character creator tag. They just generalize it. That's the thing, it's like just the general, like, concept and title and you know, character customization. That's what it is. And Xenoverse 2 also shows just character customization, right? Xenoverse 1 also shows character customization, right? Now keep in mind, look at how many more tags and how many more categories and how much more information Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2 has, okay? Why does Xenoverse 3 has not as many? It's got almost like none. Even the categories, it doesn't even show that there's multiplayer. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, on here it shows multiplayer. And on here it shows multiplayer. But on the categories it doesn't. But I'm just saying, like, that should just let you know that, like, guys, hold on. Give them a second. Wait! Let that motherfucker breathe. Like, let him breathe. Let them breathe a little bit. Let us catch our breath with everything. We're moving way too fast. We're moving way too fast, dog. Calm down. You know what I mean? Give them some time to, once information, new shit comes and releases, then we can start to see likely the tags and the categories and the descriptions and the information. Obviously, like, we don't even have like a game box art yet for the game. It literally, it's just a logo right now. Okay, like, look at this. Oh, with Xenoverse 2, oh, we got this fancy ass fucking logo with Goku and the Time Patroller and all that shit. Xenoverse 1, we got the fancy ass logo with the, you know, background and everything. Like, this is just literally Xenoverse 3. All we got is logo, black background. Like, that's all we have right now, dog. So, yeah, let's wait. That's I know this video is kind of unnecessary. It really is, but I'm gonna make it a necessary video for my community and anybody that stumbles upon it and is like, okay, so what the fuck are we doing here, right? Xenoverse 3. Character customization. Character creation. Avatars. All those words that are coming out of my mouth right now, expect them to be in Xenoverse 3. If they, for whatever reason, decide to take out that element, they are fucked. And we will make sure they know how fucked they are.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet!